really neat person.
So is she still alive?
No, what happened is she traveled with her, she moved from place to place a lot. So she moved from Canada to England back to Canada. These are full moves with new houses and everything.
Sure.
And then she came back in the early 2000, and she was in Canada and she was very sick. And I talked to her on the phone and I said, there was no one really around her at the time, so I said, come to Indiana and I'll take care of you. And she decided to do that, and she came down there and she spent the last 8 years of her life with me, and I took care of her, and she taught me what she wanted to be done with the skull, how it was supposed to be handled, and what she believed in.
Oh.
And so I gave my word, and that's what I'm doing right now, is carrying out my word. My word was that I would take the skull up and make it available to people that felt the importance of it, okay? People that felt that not everybody is drawn to the skull, but some people are really drawn to the skull, and they come from all over. So by opening it up to those people, that's part of what my promise that I promised to her, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay. And was there a religious significance for Anna and the skull?
And the skull? Well, you know what, Anna and myself, I'm a very spiritual person. I feel the connection to God very closely and very importantly. I'm not, at this point in my life, a religious person in the fact I don't believe in the dogma of religion, but I work on the spirituality and working on, I believe that the true essence of religion is inside in the person, and going into that person and finding that connection is what I feel it's all about. And the skull is a tool for mankind. The Mayas believed it was a god to them. It was like their god had returned. But what it really is, it's a tool to open the heart to that universal love. So I feel the connection with the skull, and I feel spiritually, if I can help people, if I can help the world, and use the tool to do it, that's what I feel is a very important job.
Did Anna believe in the spiritual side, or did she believe in a more religious side?
No, Anna was a very spiritual person.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we had friends that they had this one friend. She was a secretary for the Mother Teresa, and worked with Mother Teresa for a while. And when she met Anna, she said Anna had the same vibration as Mother Teresa, and that's how she was. She was a person that if you met her, it's like you knew her all your life, and she made you feel that way.
Okay.
But she also, she was very connected to the other side. So connected, it's just like in the last part of her life, there was so much psychic and different forces around her. It was just like unbelievable. It's like it was the veil between the other side and her, where it's just so close. It was just like it was popping through. It was pretty amazing. But so she was a very spiritual person and very special.
So did she ever talk about any beings that were associated with the skull?
Oh yes, yeah. She felt there is different beings that have connection with the skull, and they're the ones that work through it. And the Mayans are very connected to the skull. The Mayans of Lubantun, that area, they're a Mayan group that's different than the average Mayan. And they have connections with the ETs, and they have connections with the skulls. And
okay, do you know which ETs?
Let's see. I wouldn't say probably the Pleiades is probably the ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tall blondes.
Tall blondes, yeah.
And where were you from originally?
Indiana.
Really?
Like Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Sounds good, right? I love adventure.
That makes sense.
I love adventure, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, and that's life is an adventure with the skull. It keeps you really going. I'll tell you.
So, in a sense, you didn't actually start your journey until 2007, would you say?
No, my journey, started, as far as taking it around and doing stuff with people. it really started after Anna passed away. She passed away on my birthday in 2007. Yeah, she found it on her birthday, her 17th birthday.
Really?
Yeah, and she passed it to me on my birthday.
On your birthday?
It wasn't my 17th though, but I won't go into that. But,
surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Kerry?
Absolutely. Yes.
I have one or two questions. I wonder if you could also capture me just briefly
Sure.
with this
Absolutely.
beautiful object.
We're here for a half hour. That's all we have here. So
And that may be just about.
Oh, okay.
other people have booked sessions, is my understanding.
Sure. I don't come from Indiana, but I've got the hat.
You got the hat, yeah. I was admiring that hat. That was cool.
So, and I've been a little bit of an adventurer in my time. I'm very, very curious about the crystal boy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm certainly not going to be asking you any information about locations or plans or logistics, but what is your feeling of the importance of that? Because if
Well, I feel it, you know what, there's these different objects are pieces of important in a puzzle. And the skull is an important piece, and also the crystal boy is an important piece.
And there will be more.
And yeah, when they come together, different things are very powerful things can happen. I'm not saying that the crystal boy, like each object has its special gift and special purpose. The crystal boy, we don't know exactly what it does, but I know it's probably a very important piece in this overall puzzle that we're working on.
And you do have plans to retrieve this, I assume.
And see what it is. Well, the way I want to retrieve it is, you know, I could have retrieved it with NBC, which had been fine, but I think they would not have had the right thing for the skull. They would not have been
The right energy.
right
to bring
energy.
to that.
Well, they wouldn't have gone to the right place. It would have probably been locked up into some. It needs to go with someone. I would find it, but it wouldn't be like, oh, I want to keep the skull with me. I'd like to find it and have it go with some of the spiritual leaders, maybe down in that area.
Yes.
As long as they're going to work together, so we can work on this involvement that we're working on.
Yes. But you do have some kind of a plan for how you're going to handle that.
Yeah.
Because my sense
I have a
is
plan.
that this is important.
Yeah, I do have a plan, and it's just this year has been one thing after another, and I thought I would